Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Godlike here again with another Bassgorilla tutorial. Shout out Bassgorilla. Thank you guys for having me back in. We are back in business. So what we are going to be working on today is something that is a pretty universal method. And by universal, I mean I've heard it in country songs, EDM, rap. I mean, shoot, Adele uses this technique. So here's what we're doing.
Cause we're out here.
Oh, the channel was off. Haha, psych. All right, now for real, this is what we're doing.
Cause we're out here. What the hell you really been looking for?
Yeah, this guy right here, this thing. The reverse vocal swell. It is literally everywhere. So let's figure out how to do it. Ready, go. Okay. So first things first, let me clear my throat. No, first thing is to isolate that very first transient at the beginning of the first phrase, whatever it happens to be. It could be a noise, it could be them clearing their throat. I mean, you guys can get creative with this and use this almost anywhere. So you can see I've kind of already cut it. I like teaching you guys the quick keys. So we're going to zoom in and right here, isolate that first transient on Mac, Command E. Boom, cut it. I'm good. Cool. So now that I've got it, Command T is going to create a new audio track right underneath it. I'm just going to, because I know that I'm going to make two just right off the bat. Get that out of the way real quick. All right. So option click drag is going to create a copy and leave the original in place. That's exactly what we want to do. I'm going to trim this down a little bit more. And I'm going to warp it just because I like the sound a little bit better. Honestly, because we're not changing the length of what's going on. It's not going to really have that much of a difference. But, you know, you got to be particular about you guys' stuff. Otherwise, it's never going to sound right. So we have warped it. We have turned it to a complex wavetable or complex waveform. And then we just reversed it. It's that simple. As far as that part, core concept wise, what you are going to do is you are going to design your own reverb tail using now this sample, this sound. So the goal, what I personally like to do is create the longest reverb tail that I can with the cleanest sound. So with that, I like to think of it like getting a slab of marble. And then you're carving everything out and you're sculpting everything behind the slab. I'm sorry, I don't know where that voice came from. But that's what you want to do is you want to have enough that you can shape and really carve out that sound that you need so that it can be as long or as short as you need to. You can have it swell, you can have it come right in. You want to be able to control that. So that comes from this original sample and that's going to come from right here, from you making this work. And yeah, I already know that this browser window is too big, but that's because, yeah, don't judge me. I will close it. I just wanted to open up the reverb, which is all I'm going to do in this instance. Because this is an extremely universal technique, you guys can do whatever. I personally will put a delay, then a reverb, then a phaser, then usually an auto pan to make it a little bit more fun. But now that we've got that in there, cool. Sorry, I like making weird noises for you guys. It's fun. So now I've got my sample. I have my reverb tail, and on its own, not very exciting. Again, what I want to do is create a long enough waveform. I'm sorry, I was just working on a serum tutorial as well, which I have to re-record because it was in the wrong size. But yeah, I apologize, but for the wrong lingo, but you guys get the idea. The decay time is going to be a little bit longer because I want to be able to shape that, and I can put my own fade. It doesn't matter there. Density is what I've realized is basically like the sustain of this reverb tail, so I like to turn that bad boy pretty well up. Yeah. Okay, just a little bit more. Yeah. So that's going to be a really long reverb tail, and that's going to be exactly what I need, because then I can create my own fade and have it swell up over that and over this entire 4-bar phrase right here, which is going to be the goal. So now that I have the sound the way I want it to, I'm going to freeze this audio track. Yeah, now we can see it. Look at how long that reverb tail is. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm just going to option drag. Yeah, you guys can see down here where I already did this for the original recording. I'm sorry about the coffee burps, you guys. I apologize. I'm gonna do my best to not be gross on air for you. All right. So now that we have my reverb tail the way I want, I'm gonna cut off this initial transient because it is a little too much for what I need it to be. And then I'm gonna turn this bad boy up. Crank that. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. Acapella dubstep. You guys can use that sample if you want. Okay, so now that I have it turned all the way up, I can mix it downward, which is definitely what I prefer. And honestly, the last step of this, hit that reverse button. That way it swells into your phrase. And then make sure that you drag and drop it into the correct spot, because if you just reverse it and leave it there, it's going to be very awkwardly placed because it's going to be right in the middle of your vocal phrase. But once you're there, you're good. I definitely recommend that you guys try your hardest to make the start of this transient overlap with the end of this guy. So I'm going to drag this out just a little bit. Option Command F pulls up my fade file, and I can then just give it a little bit of cut off right there, and then that is going to blend into the beginning of this word. And let's hear what we've got so far. Yeah? Yeah! Yeah, and then I would obviously mix this downward, bring it down so it sits with the rest of the vocals.
Just right. What the hell you really been looking for? New kid in town. Swear to God, I ain't never been to Earth before. First time around.
Yeah, there you go, you guys. So now you can literally take this file, you can chop it, you can make it shorter, you can make it longer. It's significantly easier to work with this now that you have the full reverse file. And you can kind of see in this recording, mine is used in a couple spots. There's this one. This guy's a little bit shorter.
I'm from outer space, I was a boy.
Gives you just a little bit of motion. It's a lot of fun. I hope you guys experiment and do all these kind of cool, crazy, fun things with it, because this is a technique that, again, is used everywhere, and you guys can really make this your own by experimenting and having fun. So good luck. This is Godlike. If you want, feel free to like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. I'm on Facebook. I'm on SoundCloud, whatever.com/GDLK dub. Feel free to send me a message if you guys have any requests, anything that you want me to cover in the future. I am open to all options. I actually have even reached out to the Bassgorillas family to see if maybe we could do a After Effects tutorial on how to make those audio rings that people make their YouTube videos with, so you guys can play your songs. If you're not on YouTube yet, I recommend that you get on there, because it is an extremely underrated platform as far as getting your music out there, sharing your brand, sharing your own content. So please, you guys, let me know what you guys want. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I already said that, but love you. Much love. Enjoy it. Have fun.
Just right. What the hell you really been looking for? New kid in town. Swear to God, I ain't never been to Earth before. First time around. Never really ever been to Earth before. Look, I want your brain. I came for your heart and I earned it, boy. You better not speak on my name. Look.
Peace out.